Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunshine Islands. We are now on fall day 10, which brings us to our harvest festival. So, not a chance to win any wonderfuls, but we can earn some friendship with some of the villagers, and we will also be getting our fullness completely filled up, which is going to be quite helpful. So I've already gone ahead and looked after the animals today. I've done a little bit of work on the farm. My carrots came in today, so I'm going to be picking up some more seeds from Chen's after the festival. I took the C quality carrots out of my fridge that I had saved from last year and replaced them with a few of the carrots I got for my current harvest. So I'm just going to go ahead and ship all that I have in my inventory. I'm keeping this A quality egg for the festival. I'm going to be throwing the egg into the big community stew that we have going on. And I guess there's a few little updates to do, starting with the maker shed, of course. In the last video I recorded, I had purchased the yarn maker, but we didn't see it in action at all. And then the day after that, when I was playing on my own, I went and I purchased the mayonnaise maker. So it's very, very straightforward. All you have to do is hold the item that goes into the maker. So for example, I have this nice shining piece of S quality wool that goes into the yarn maker. And then you just throw it in and out comes your product. So for the mayonnaise maker, you would throw your eggs in. Once we get the cheese, the butter, and the yogurt maker in here, we would need to throw our milk in there. So it's very, very straightforward. Time is stopped in here, so you can do as much work as you want to without wasting any time. And getting these makers is incredibly profitable. Just to give you an example, you can see that yesterday on day 9, I made a hefty amount of cash, $40,000. And that was the combined effort of all of the yarn that I had shipped, all of the mayonnaise that I had shipped, as well as some crops and some other miscellaneous type of things. But 90% of that was profits from the maker machines. I had a bunch of wool that I was storing in my cabinet inside my house. So I put my wool through there, I got a bunch of yarn, and then I also went and made a bunch of mayonnaise as well. So I would always recommend putting your items through the makers. Something like eggs, as an example. You do make more money off of mayonnaise, but eggs are very, very versatile. They're used in a lot of dishes, whereas mayonnaise is kind of just strictly for profit. I can't think off the top of my head of a ton of recipes that actually require mayonnaise in them, so you may want to save some eggs and then throw some in the maker from time to time to make a little bit of extra cash. But something like wool, I 100% recommend putting it through the maker all the time, because you make a huge amount of profit off of wool, or sorry, off of yarn versus what you would get just if you were to go and ship your plain wool. So all of the animals are doing really well, and one of the things that I found when I was flipping through all of my animals is that my cow is now at 8 hearts. So again, this game tends to troll me. We couldn't get the cow at 8 hearts for the festival 5 days ago, but now somehow magically our cow has 8 hearts. So that is a tad frustrating, especially because we have to wait an entire year for the Cow Festival to take part again. And then I've been practicing with my dog. We have the dog festival coming up on the 16th day of fall, and he was able to catch a frisbee at just over 60 meters, which should be good enough to win first place in the festival, but I am going to keep him outside on all the sunny days. I'm going to keep picking him up, and I'm going to keep practicing with him in hopes that we can just keep a good distance and we can win, because it would be really nice to win, of course. I got nothing going on over on Rice Island. I'm still waiting for the rest of my rice to come in, but I guess what I can do is I can go and water my trees, because my trees are now starting to get to the point where a lot of them are maturing, which is fantastic. So we have our fully grown apple trees here. Below that, these are peach trees. These are also 100% grown in. And then we also have some orange trees. And once they're fully mature, I just leave them alone. I obviously want to make sure that they have protection against storms and the weather, but I do not water them. We also have these banana trees that have fully grown in. So my orchard's about half. I've got about half, or maybe a little more than half of the trees that I've planted grown in, and I'm still having to come and water some of them here, but it's taking less and less of my time, which is fantastic. Fully grown trees can still technically die, but the game, I find, is fairly generous with the amount of water and the amount of sun point that it needs to actually die. Which is a good thing, because it would be really, really frustrating to spend, you know, a whole year growing these trees and then they were easy to kill. The easiest way that they are going to die is if you do not protect them against a storm. I've also gone ahead and I've cleared out some of my weeds, which was painstaking. I didn't feel like doing it, but it is worth it to keep weeds off of the grounds, because you do get rewarded with more stuff. I do find that I am finding more flowers and more branches and some of that stuff, and winter will be rolling around soon and I'll be able to take a break from taking care of the weeds. So I should just suck it up for now and make the most of it, I guess. So I have to get to the festival before 6 o'clock, I think. So I'm gonna just quickly, very quickly, go say hello to my pig. See if I can get some mushrooms, and then I'm gonna head over to the festival. And I already know it's gonna be a nice sunny day tomorrow, so I do not have to worry about putting my pig inside, but I will feed it. Just trying to make the most of my day. Festival days are kind of nice because you can just focus on going out and foraging or doing whatever it is that you want to do, because there's nobody around to talk to, nobody to distract you. Alright, 4:30, let's head to the festival. I would hate to miss it because I wasn't watching the clock. And I brought my fishing rod, of course, but once again, I will probably just be doing my fishing off screen as usual. I did go ahead and ship some of my fish today. As you can see, I'm kind of just hoarding them at this point. the reason that I fish at these festivals is just because mostly it's getting my fishing level up, so I'm able to catch larger fish, and hopefully one day I'll be able to win at the fishing festival. Larger fish are also great gifts for other villagers, and they're also used in recipes. And it takes a very, very long time to get your fishing level to rise. So I've been taking the time to do it at festivals because it just seems like the best time to sort of do it. But it's really not the end of the world if I decided not to do it. There are some festivals where I just skip it because I get kind of burnt out and I just don't feel like doing it. I want to make progress. So I'll speak to everybody here. And then I will give Felicia my egg, my A quality egg. Because this is an A quality item, we should be able to produce a really, really delicious, nice, high quality stew. And in doing so, we should also be able to get some additional friendship with the villagers as well. And then based upon everybody's reactions, that does seem to be the case. It does seem to be that we used nice, high quality ingredients. And the bonus in friendship isn't that big of a deal. The only reason I'm excited about it is because Chelsea is here at this festival, and that means that I've just scored some additional bonus points with her when her friendship is so incredibly hard to increase on its own. And then regardless of how your stew turns out, unless of course you poison everybody by using poisonous mushrooms, you will get your fullness meter completely replenished. So I now have a few more days to play before we get to our dog festival on the 16th. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep watering my trees, and I'm hoping that they're going to come in. I'm going to keep planting my carrots and my spinach as they come in. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for my eggplants and my yams. And my rice should also be ready probably within the next week, and if not, next week. It definitely will be in by the time fall ends. So I'll go ahead and plant these carrots. And hopefully I have some nice, beautiful, sunny weather. I've been very pleasantly surprised. The weather has actually been very, very mild for fall, which is fantastic. And as you can see, we have really nothing going on this week in between now and the dog festival, so I should have a few days to make some progress, and hopefully I have some things to sort of update you all on and to talk about when I come back. You can see that I'm now over $100,000, despite the fact that I spent quite a bit of money on those maker machines just a few days ago. So I'm now in a position where I can probably just ask Ganon to build me some stuff out of pocket. At this point, I think I can afford it. I can't think of any huge expensive things off the top of my head, and that is probably the best use of my money. We now have the ability to get some more chickens because we expanded our chicken coop, which is definitely something that I want to do. You can see today, just by shipping the fish and the yarn and the carrots, I made almost $22,000, which didn't seem like I'd make that much off those few items, but fall is a very, very lucrative season, and I'm able to get a lot of money, so I hope that I'll be able to put the money to good use, and we'll be able to see some much needed upgrading on the farm. Please remember to vote in the Bachelorette poll. Let me know which Bachelorette you want me to marry. I will be putting a link to the poll either in the description or in a pinned comment below, and I will be running the poll all throughout the fall season in this game. So please vote. I'm very much looking forward to who it is that you all want me to marry. I'm going to play for the next few days, and I will return when I have some updates for everybody. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.